Okay, it is perhaps unsurprising that I think where these Canva websites really excel is in the ease of design and making it beautiful and editing and not needing any sort of code, right? But I think where it's still working on improving is in the real functionality. I don't know that it's super intuitive yet, so I wanted to be sure to run you through some of the key functionality that you need to put in place in your website to make sure that it really works as a functional website, right? So the first thing is creating nav. You need some sort of navigation, right? And this is the example home staging website that we put together in the previous video. So let's go ahead. We haven't actually looked at it together in this preview mode. So here's preview. It takes a second sometimes to load. And up here you can see that it's with navigation. And then you can also choose to take away the navigation. If you take away the navigation, it just goes to a little thing over here that you click on and it drops down. So here we see my pages: home, about, packages, service, portfolio, contact. Packages, and if you click on them, it goes to that section. But how did I make that happen? I am going to show you. Canva considers each of these little sections a page on your website. So this is like the home page, this image is a page, this is a page, this extra image is a page, this is a page. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And they each need a name. So if you can see this little like lines with a pencil, if you hover over it and click on add notes, this will come up and it says page 1 home. And whatever you name this is what's going to show in the nav. So I think home works for this home page. Let's click on this one. This is what I think is technically called a hero image. It's just an image. I don't want this to show on the nav. If I put anything in here, it will show on the nav. If I leave it blank, it will not. So if that's not clear, we're just going to put a test. So I'm going to call this test hero. Oops, hero, to show you what I mean. So this now, if we go to the preview, it'll load. See, ooh, now it says test hero. I click on it, it goes to here. But you got to think about functionality. Does anyone ever really want to click on your nav and go to the image? Probably not. The image is just for a placeholder. Of course, obviously, if I was using a full page image and then I had some sort of button or call to action or text, then I would want people to go here. But if I'm just using the images as sort of visual spacing on my page and they don't have content, then I don't want them to be in the nav, right? So if we go back here, delete everything out to where it's blank, then it will not show when we go back to the preview. See, it's gone now. So that's what we want. If you have any sort of page that for whatever reason you don't want it to show in the nav, you don't give it a title. And you just want to make sure that you go through, check each one, the about me, that's good. I actually kind of went through a little bit earlier on this packages, right? And you could always like, do you want this to be called the contact or whatever you want it? So you just want to make sure that each page has the correct title in the nav. And that's how you control what shows up on the nav. It's from this little notes page. Okay, so once you have that done, you know what all your main pages, your main links are going to be in your website. The other reason that's important is that we need these little buttons to function. Right now, they don't do anything. It's just text. But I want, if someone clicks on learn more, I want them to go to about me. That would make sense. So how do I do that? Click on learn more. go up to these three dots, click on the link, and then here, this is a new feature in Canva. This is for the websites. I can choose which section I want it to go to. And see, those pages that don't have a title will just show up as untitled here. But I want that to go to About. And then I can make sure that this is working correctly, because when I hover over this, it's going to say Go to Page. And what it means is page within this website. So then Done. And then I know I have another button down here, Work With Me. Well, I think that should probably link to my packages, because this is what I want people to buy if I'm a home stager, right? So we're going to go to Work With Me, and then we're going to click on the dots, go to the link, go to Packages, Done. Okay, so once we've added our link, we want to test it and make sure it's going to work. So we can go to the preview, give it a little second to load, and then click on Learn More. Oh, and it does go to the About Me. And then if I click on Work With Me, it goes to my packages. So this helps you preview how your website is going to actually function. You can test all of these links. You can also see up here, this is seeing it on a desktop. You can also switch to mobile and see how, I don't really want to do that right now. See how it works, see how it adjusted to mobile. This is important too with images, because you want to see if you like it. And here you'll see that the nav became this little drop down. So you go down to Packages, and there you are. So it's good to make sure that your links work, because like I said, the design is pretty seamless, but you do want to make sure that there is correct functionality.